So first, curveball of my Camino, and I guess this is what you have to be prepared for. There's no like path that one must follow to get some credit on somebody's um, scorecard. There's, and so I won't be doing the hospitales today, the main leg that everybody does the primitiva for. You'd climb 1,000 meters in elevation or 3,300 feet, and you walk along a mountain ridge line in the exposed wind and sometimes rain, fog, low visibility for a total of 16 miles. Takes about 6 hours if you're keeping a good pace, 8 if you're taking your time. There's no support services, there's no civilization, so you have to bring all your food. And there's no bailing out point. You're committed once you start to get to the end. You don't want to sleep out there. So that's where everybody is now. I'm the last one at the albergue. Because last 2 days I've been listening to my body. And this is the second day of diarrhea. Nothing I eat, I keep down. I think 2 dinners ago I ate some bad octopus. The turning point came last night in the middle of the night where I'm shivering and I realize I've got a fever. And it broke, and now I feel better, but and I feel calm and good. But when I decided to take the day off, I felt at peace, calm. I'll be doing this on my own now, tomorrow, Sunday. Which a lot of people here are on their own. And like I've mentioned before, a lot of times it's the women. And there was one I was talking to briefly, Maria from Russia. She was living in Barcelona. She had previously lived in Turkey and Thailand. She had a job that allowed her to work remotely. But she just lost her job a month ago. And so this became her catalyst to do the Camino, something she said she'd been dreaming of doing for 6 years. But I asked her what her goal was, and she said that's a very deep question. It would take a long time to answer. So I didn't want to pry. But I passed dinner last night with Claudia and Marcello from Brazil and their daughter Camilla, who's a doctor and who set me up with some probiotic to help treat my digestive system. And Claudia was really into astrology, so she was wondering about my sign. And I found out that she was born 2 days and 1 year after me. But she and her husband and daughter are doing this together. A Spanish woman is doing it, and she has a baby, and her husband is driving each leg with the baby, and while she walks. So everybody's doing it a little bit differently, and there's no like way you have to do it. I guess that's the lesson for today. So I'm gonna walk along this road by myself for a couple of hours to end up in the next nearest city. Maybe there'll be a coffee shop. I'll hang out before I can get into the hotel, do my laundry, and wake up tomorrow morning and do the hospitales. Something magical is happening on my walk to the hotel. To go at my own pace and to be the only peregrino for miles. My body really likes this. And now I can see why people do this alone. At dinner last night, I was talking to Lionel from France. I think he lives in the northern part of France, in Alsace. And he saves all of his vacation every year, 6 weeks. He doesn't take any breaks, and he does a Camino. And he so I think he's been doing this for 4 months in total, and he said he's very proud that he's got his bag down to 4 kilograms, and that's about what I have. But he also has a tent in there. He has the same thing as I do. One long pair of pants, one pair of shorts, one long sleeve shirt, one short sleeve shirt. He probably doesn't have the heavy power bank that I do, and that's probably the heavier than his tent. And so I know these alone travelers who do the long hauls wing it seems, on their accommodations, or maybe they book it the night before. And that's my decision point here: is, do I keep going alone, or and then catch up with my buddies a few stops from now, or just keep my current bookings, take a taxi to wherever they are after tomorrow, and just change pace and let them go ahead of me. That'd be the easier way. Even though it's May, it's the beginning of the Camino season. I'm noticing a lot of the hotels and albergues are booked, and so it could really influence your route. That's the trade-off for going by yourself and winging it. But one last thought for now, on the Camino. When you're by yourself, there's really no thought loops. It's just nature. It's, where am I stepping? Oh, that shoulder's sore. I'm going to change the way I do the walking sticks. Oh, I feel a little thirsty. Oh, a little tweak in my leg. I should stop and stretch. That's it. And but I was thinking that, what is it that's special about the Camino? Because I'm on a path that wasn't even on our itinerary. I just followed the signs. I'm completely off our plan, which feels exhilarating. It's because there are other places. There are other trails, like Appalachian Trail in the United States. I suppose there are probably some others in Latin America or Europe. But my guess is, besides the signs being very well marked and very extensive, so you could spend years exploring all different Camino paths, it's that this has been going on for over a millennium. This is something bigger than the sum of its parts. And only for a few people, it seems, this is a religious purpose. But whether they want to or not, they're part of... Oh, a gunshot. They're part of a pilgrimage. And I think there's that vibe to it. You could call it a morphic field, a Sheldrakean morphic resonant entity that you step into, and you might not be able to put your finger on it. unless you know about that kind of science. Last night, Claudia said the Camino is a drug, but a good one. There are no critters, dangerous animals. You've seen in my previous videos that there's the lazy cowbells dotted around all these paths. The bulls, sheep, horses, cats. Not as many dogs as cats. And every now and then people. So today, I'm already halfway through my 4.5 mile walk just to get to the hotel. And I'll be hanging out, wondering what kind of audible am I going to call for the rest of this Camino that has suddenly changed. Hey, buddy. You're looking at me, huh? I don't see anybody else today. Why don't you come up here and say hi? Oh, a little wink. Is that all I'm gonna get? Is a little wink? Just a lazy day, huh? Hey, are you following me? Are you showing me the way? Are you my spirit animal today? Oh, you gotta mark that. Yeah, I better not compete with you. This is your mountain, huh? Is this the way? You gonna come up and let me pet you? Or you're my Sherpa? You know the way, don't you? This is amazing. Yeah, let's go this way. You coming with me? Yes, you are. Yeah, I'm coming. So I just spoke with a guy from the local village who pulled aside on the side of the road and talked to me in very fast Spanish. But I got it. He said, Hospitales is a beautiful route, but you got to look at the weather, because if it's really foggy up there, people get lost. And then they have to send the Guardia Civil on a helicopter to come and rescue them. Even though the signs are prominent, you can lose track of yourself with the clouds. So he said, tonight, study the route very carefully and look at the weather in the morning. If it's like today, it should be good. But he said, you can't say, oh, if the weather is good on the bottom of the mountain, it'll be good on the top of the mountain. You have to look up there. Oh, and he said, I've got to start at a earlier time because it's Sunday tomorrow. And if I want food at the other end, I've got to arrive by 6. Well, that's closing time on Sunday, 6. So that was not an accident. First human being I've talked to since I left a couple hours ago. You're taking me into town, aren't you? Oh, I guess that's where he stops. Okay, bye, buddy. It's Saturday afternoon in Pola de Allende, and this town is completely quiet. I'm wandering the streets contemplating the possibility that I might not be fully recovered from this mysterious illness by tomorrow morning, leading me to skip the famous Hospitales route and take a more humble, lower version, the lower route. Saturday afternoon in Pola de Allende. The city is absolutely quiet, except for this canal. So I'm here with Inam from New York, but originally from Miami. And we're both here in the laundromat doing our laundry.
Yeah.
I thought you were Spanish just by your look, but then you said, "Oh, how long is it going to take?" And like perfect American. So, but we're both in the same jam here. We missed Hospitales.
We did. I missed it for weather reasons.
And I missed it for illness reasons. But we're both thinking that was probably meant to be.
Yeah.
So take me to that moment. You said you were praying about what to do.
Yeah, so in town, I was told that it was probably not the best to go do Hospitales, to wait till the next day. But when I checked the weather is going to be exactly the same for today. So I said, well, this doesn't make that much sense. So I prayed. I was at the little bench with the Yoda guy. Yeah. Where you can go either route. Yep. And I prayed and I was like, God, just like let me know if this is safe for me, if I should do it or not, because if it's not, I'm not gonna do it. So I prayed, and when I opened up my eyes, I see another pilgrim, and he's stopping and he's like making the decision in his head, and then he just keeps on to go the south route. So then I looked and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the south route. And I decided I don't have any regret about not doing Los Hospitales.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So tomorrow is off to Peruseru?
I'm trying to go past it a little bit past it, just to make up for the time that I lost when I first got here. I didn't spend at least 2 nights in Oviedo, like getting accustomed to.
That was the other tip.
Yeah.
Like we both flew in on the same, Sunday, May 9th. Right?
Saturday, May 9th.
Saturday, May 9th, you arrived in Madrid?
I arrived Saturday morning in Madrid, and then I took the bus into Oviedo.
Okay.
And I slept in Oviedo at Green Hostel, but it was so loud, and it's in the city center. I couldn't sleep. And so I was like, oh, let me just start walking the next day. Big mistake. I should have slept again in Oviedo and then started. So I did shorter legs.
Yep.
And I decided I need to make up time, so I'm gonna try and go longer tomorrow.
So that's interesting, because I arrived in Madrid on Sunday, the 10th, and then I hopped a flight up to Oviedo, and I stayed the night, waited for my friends to get here Monday, and we stayed the night into Tuesday, and we didn't get started until Tuesday.
Yeah, and we're here at the same time.
We're here at the same time.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always like some type of like destiny thing that happens.
Right.
Like if you're meant to meet someone, you're gonna meet them.
Yeah. I think we're here to reinforce that we can miss Hospitales.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay to miss it. The other route is spectacular. I mean, it's beautiful. So it's not like, I mean, I've also done higher mountain chains. So
the 14er.
The 14er.
Tell me about that in Colorado.
Yeah, so I did a 14er in Colorado. That's, they're known in Colorado. Colorado has many mountains that are 14,000 feet or higher. So it's a big thing to climb one. So I climbed one in September. When I got to the top, I did a recording and I posted it on Instagram. When I posted it, my friend said, "You should do the Camino de Santiago." I said, "What is that?" And she said, "Look it up." So I looked it up, and I was like, "That's my next thing." And
Okay.
now May 2026, I'm here. So that was September 2025.
Right.
Now May 2026, I'm here. So that's what actually led me
Okay.
to this.
So that's why what got you here, why today do you think you're doing the Camino? Has it changed?
Yes, it has changed because who I was in September is not the same person
Really?
that I am today. Yeah, I feel like I do my best. I have a evolving relationship with Christ, and so it's not perfect, but I'm constantly in a state of prayer and acknowledging my shortcomings. And so one of the things that I've been praying for deeply, not just for myself but for my family, for my friends, is to remove our hearts of stone and to put in a heart of flesh, so that way we can really experience what we were meant to experience on earth, and it's true love. And you can't do that with a hardened heart. So my heart has been softening with each passing day, and you can't be the same person when your heart is changing.
Right. And I've noticed a number of women traveling alone, but you feel completely safe here, I bet.
I feel completely safe. I actually have not met any woman traveling alone. I've met women
Oh,
traveling
really?
in groups.
Okay.
No, there was one woman.
Okay,
I
yeah.
met. She was traveling alone. Sorry. She was really cool. This is her second Camino. She did the Camino Frances. An older lady, but really fit, super motivating. I looked at her and I was like, I want to be her, like when I'm older. She was awesome.
Yeah.
She's the only one that I met. Other than that, I've just met women in either groups or with their significant other. But it's safe. I would recommend it. Depending on your age. If you're younger, I would say come in a group. But if you're already older and you're kind of savvy, then I would say as a woman, you can go it alone.
Excellent. Is there anything you hope to leave behind on the Camino? Besides your heart of stone.
Yeah, definitely that. I would say I'm going to pray about that. That's a good question. I'm going to pray about it and ask God, is there something you want me to shed?
Yeah.
That I don't know that I need to shed?
Right.
That's a good question. I can't answer that right now, but I am going to be praying about it. And so something will be left. I just don't know what it is yet.
Very good. Well, thank you for sharing
Anytime.
your story with me.
Anytime. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
Bye.